for fast, cheap, and reliable Madden 21 Ultimate Team coins. Make sure you guys go check out my sponsor, Easy Mutt. Use code VENOM at checkout for 5% off. Yo, what's good guys, Madden Fire here, back with another video, and today I'm bring you guys another blitz and pass coverage defense out of the nickel 3-3-5 odd formation. Now, I've gone over the blitz in a couple of videos, I think two. So if you want to add to the complete scheme, you can go ahead and check out those. But I'm going to be adding another coverage defense behind the blitz. 3-3-5 odd is still one of the best defenses in the game. The blitz still has not been patched, so we're going to add some of my favorite pass defense setups to it. First things first, we're going to adjust our zone drops. Set your curl flats to 20 yards and your flats to 5. That's what I like to do personally. You can actually flip-flop them if you want to. Also, before we get into the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. About 77% of my viewers are not subscribed, so hit that sub button if you're watching all the videos, you're enjoying, you like what you see. Is the best way to show support to the channel. But moving on, 3-3-5 odd, we're in the New York Giants defensive playbook. Not sure if I mentioned that. For the blitz, if you did not know, you need under 80 agility. So this player right here, Leon Jacobs, he actually has 79 agility. He's around 88 speed player, give or take. You can definitely go higher in Ultimate Team with Sprinter, all those added abilities and chemistries, but I think the fastest player in all of regs is around 90 speed, but it's still pretty good. You will see, still going to fly off the edge. You can also sub in safeties at linebacker. You see we got a safety right there, along with Miles Jack. So definitely some good personnel groupings. Now the play we're going to be running is going to be this corner blitz 3. Now you could really run the blitz out of any of these plays. They all work. But personally, we're going to go with the zone coverage setup, and that's going to be the corner blitz 3. I like to run it flipped with my linebacker blitzing off that left-hand side, so run it just like this. Now overall, this setup... Now, as far as the defensive blitz goes, this does work against pretty much every single formation. There's obviously certain ways to block it, blocking your running back. But just the fact that you only have to rush 2 people and you can get really good pressure gives you a chance to adjust your defense and do a lot of things defensively to give you an edge over your opponent. So just starting out, we'll go over our setup. First things first, you're going to go ahead and press. I feel like it's always better to press this year. So you're going to press. You're also going to go ahead and shade over the top just like this. I like to also throw this X cornerback in a cloud flat. So here's a look at our base coverage. The next thing you're going to go ahead and do is set up the blitz, and then we got one other backside adjustment. So for the blitz, what you have to do is you spread your defensive line, and then you just spread your linebackers. So spread D-line, and then you're going to go ahead and spread those linebackers. You see he's going to move out a step. It's important that you do spread those linebackers. Even missing one small step like that, you see he moves just one step outside. It makes a big difference, and it's going to prevent you from getting the pressure. So again, spread D-line, spread those linebackers, and then you just quarterback contain like this. Make sure that outside guy on the left-hand side is on your contain, and you should be good to go. Now, obviously, we want a curl flat and a cloud flat on both sides for that Mabel type coverage. So we're going to put this D lineman in a hard flat just like this. You are good to go. Again, since we adjust our zone drops, our cloud flats and our hard flats are going to play the same. Some things I like to do is move this guy out a little bit because, again, this guy's playing deep. Our cloud flat's going to play short. Our cloud flat should help us out with pressing a little bit, I believe. But we still want to move him over. We don't want to be able to get a little quick streak on that outside. So I like to move this curl flat over. Again, he's the one playing deep, so we want to move him over a little bit. But yeah, this is going to be it for our first setup. Just a base 3-man rush. Again, sometimes those 2-man rushes are a little bit risky because you could send those 2 people, you don't get pressure, and then you're kind of in a bad spot. But yeah, this is the base 2-man rush. I'm going to put my user on a little blitz as well, just to give him those better cutting animations. We will snap the ball. Boom, you see. Coverage, pretty decent. Now, the blitz didn't go through. That was a little bit weird. I'm just going to set it up really quickly. Again here, I'll just show the blitz. So I'm just going to set up the blitz here. We'll snap the ball, and there we go. So the blitz usually it'll come through. I'm not sure why it didn't on that first setup. But you saw there. I'll show it again here, just the blitz without setting up anything on the back end, just to show you that it does work. Again, it is a little bit unfortunate that it didn't work that first time, but here you see it consistently coming in. He's looping around that left tackle. So yeah, I mean, I guess I can't say it's necessarily guaranteed to come through every time, but more times than not, that guy should be free. Again, one more time, and then I'll go over those backside adjustments again. Just wanted to show you that the blitz does indeed come through. I think the reason there is because I forgot to put my cornerback in that zone, so that could have been the reason. But yeah, you saw those 2 times he did come free, and you will see throughout the video he should do that more often. I think I might have just rushed a step or whatever. Maybe I forget to contain. But yeah, so again, taking a look at those base adjustments, here was a look at what we were doing. I threw, again, X on that left side in a quad flat, and then B on the right side or D lineman in that hard flat. Basic adjustments just like this. 3-man rush, again, I'll show it snapped with the coverage, and boom, easy sack. And you see, because of how quick the pressure is, it really does prevent your opponent from really, pushing the ball down the field. So there's not really a coverage beater that you would be able to get, especially since we have those 3D blues on the back end. Pretty solid coverage as far as that's concerned. I'll show that setup one more time on the back end and the blitz, and then we'll hop into some other things that you can do. So again, shift those or spread those D linemen, spread those linebackers, contain, put X in a quad flat and B in a hard flat. Again, you can press, you can shit over the top as well. You can move this guy over like I mentioned, and yeah, overall a very solid play. I'll probably start audibling, show it that it does work against other formations also, but here we'll snap the ball, boom, sack, and without Gunslinger, you're really not going to be able to get the ball out at all. So for whatever reason, if your opponent didn't have Gunslinger, he wouldn't be able to get the ball out at all. But more people do run Gunslinger. They can throw maybe a quick hitch, quick out route, quick flat. So that's why we hard flat. That's why we take away his first read always. Make him, look again. And if he doesn't block his running back, you're going to get that quick pressure. But let's hop into some other things you can do on the back end, because I mentioned that you can run this blitz, blitzing 2 people as well as 1 person. You don't even have to blitz any of those down linemen besides that outside linebacker. But usually you want to, because if they block it, you can't just send 1 person. Again, we're going to set up our blitz here. Pretty much the same adjustments. We're just going to do something with this defensive tackle here. Now, obviously in Ultimate Team and other game modes, I didn't really set up these audibles for the Jaguars, but you would have a little bit more athleticism there. This guy's not exactly athletic, but you can do one of 2 things. Now, I can put him in a hook curl on the left, hook curl on the right, vertical hook on the left, or vertical hook on the right. Usually I'm going to go with that left, but I can go with the vertical hook on the left, or I can go with a hook curl on the left. Gives you one of 2 adjustments. Usually I am more of a vertical hook guy. I feel like they defend those in routes a little bit better, but you can honestly go with either. I'm going to leave that up to you. Again, you could put him on the right side if you want, but just know that that's not really going to help against post routes, streak routes, things like that. Usually I'm more of a fan of putting him on that left side and worrying about like quick, post routes, seam routes myself. So I would go with something like this. Again, I'm going to put my user on a blitz here, and yeah, let's go ahead, snap the ball. Boom, you see the pressure, sending 2 again. So we just got an extra man coverage that took away another read. We were still able to get the pressure. Now, let's just block our running back. I'll show you that the blitz, again, is not very successful with that player blocked. We'll set up things pretty much the exact same here. Snap the ball, and you see you can actually get pressure with the running back blocked. So if you don't do this adjustment, you won't. But what I did on that previous play is I actually manned up this safety right here on the running back. So that was just something I did. You saw how he kind of ran like just completely over here. If you didn't see that, I would rewind a little bit, but you saw how he kind of did run over there if you were paying attention. And that's just because he was manned up, so he kind of gets distracted. He runs over to the right. Now, when you do this, again, you can easily get beat deep on the left, deep on the right. You don't really have any help. So if you were doing that, I would put B in, his hard flat adjustment. Maybe I would probably try and get like Y also in a hard flat if I could. I'm not sure if this would mess things up, or Y in a curl flat, but this is an idea of something that you could do if he was blocking his running back. So I'll block that running back again. And this isn't necessarily guaranteed to work every single time either, but you see how he's going to get over there. We rush 2, and although the guy that's made up on the running back isn't doing anything at all, he's distracting that running back, and that's as much as he can do. That's as much as we need him to do. So overall, that's a very successful way in getting the running back from pretty much doing nothing, and that's something that you can do consistently. IDing, sliding doesn't really make a difference. So yeah, that's a way that you could, that's a setup. I'll show it just one more time here. where I would throw my YD lineman in a curl flat, and then I would throw my BD lineman in a hard flat, just like this. Again, I would man up the running back and throw B on a cloud flat. So here's a look at that setup. Got one more setup after this, but yeah, we'll snap the ball, boom, in there you got blocked. So again, if he gets blocked, which can happen, because I accidentally pressed the wrong button, but you see, if he gets blocked, it's a little bit bad news sending those 2 people, because I literally had all day to throw. So very important that you recognize when he's blocking or not, and usually you want to send at least those 3 people. As far as, again, the other setup I was talking about, it was the thing we kind of hopped into a little bit before I mentioned the manning up of the running back. And it was just kind of putting your D tackle on a vert hook. So I put him on a vert hook, just like this. If I want to confuse him, I can throw him on that right side, and you'll see that he should help out with like a hitch route a little bit. Again, we get defended for blocked for some reason. But you see, when you get blocked, again, it's a little bit bad news. So be careful with this blitz. It is decently consistent getting pressure with they don't block their running back, but if they do start blocking that running back, I urge you just to go with a complete bluff blitz pressure. What that would look like probably is going to be something like this, where I would just throw X in the curl flat, and then I just get an extra guy over here on the left. So here's a look at the setup I would probably run if he's blocking his running back every single play. We still have 2 people rushing, and we have pretty good coverage in the back end, so can kind of lock everything up. Keep pressing the wrong button on the controller, but you see pretty good coverage. Again, we don't get too good pressure, but that was 6-man against the 2-man rush without the blitz, so you're not going to get too good of pressure. But overall, that's going to do for the video. If you guys enjoyed, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, link will be in the description. If you have any questions, let me know there, and yeah, peace, I'm out of here.